Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 3 Under Par podcast. This is a golf podcast where
Little White Ball is live.
I'm your host, Scotty T, and we have a full house. Everybody's in the building. First time in a very long time, I'm joined by T-Bone to my right and KJ on the far side. What's up, fellas? How's it going?
It's going.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
KJ, man, you were on the other side of the world this month. It's good to have you back. How's it feel to be back in the States?
Still a little jet lagged, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Really, sleep schedule's all messed up, but
Sure.
good. Good to be back.
Awesome, man. T-Bone, you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Not a whole lot to report.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to play some golf this weekend.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I played golf with KJ. I took your money.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Check that Venmo history, bruh.
interesting.
No,
Guess
it's
I
all
had one
good.
too many fireball shots, huh?
Man, we're going to talk a little bit more personal golf later in this episode because, KJ, you really haven't told us too much about New Zealand. You're kind of catching me up when we were golfing on Saturday, but we're going to spend a majority of that episode, or this episode, with KJ talking New Zealand and what's it like golfing on the other side of the world other than Houston, Texas, which are where we spend a majority of our time playing golf. So we're going to talk some Pebble Beach Pro-Am, USGA report, and then end with the personal anecdotes of KJ and New Zealand golf. Before we do, follow us on social media at 300ParPod. That is the number 3, 300ParPod on Twitter and Instagram. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please subscribe, rate, and review. And if you're listening and watching us on YouTube, welcome. Hello. Click that subscribe button to stay up to date with the podcast. Also, I did that review on Northwood Club I played. What'd y'all think about that? Y'all like that? I was pretty proud of it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big technology guy. That's why
Last 2 videos you made, pretty solid.
we're dabbling into it.
Yeah, I think the technical term is B-roll. Is that what it's
Yes.
called? You had some B-roll shots.
Good
and
B-roll, yeah.
I was in a journalism class in high school, so
Nice.
yeah, props.
Fun stuff. So we're going to start doing more reviews. We played on Saturday, KJ. I got a few videos, a couple pics I might throw in there and talk about our matches. And because that's one thing I like to do. You know, anytime we play golf, maybe do some videos of maybe of us playing a hole all the way through, or us keeping track of our matches, whatever games we're playing throughout the time. What's y'all's favorite money game? Because generally we just play like what's it called?
Nassau, yeah.
Yeah, 5-5-5, something like that.
It depends on how many people you have. I like doing the 5-5-5 or
Yeah.
whatever it is, Nassau, whatever it may be.
I think I like to learn how to play some different games, like dots.
There's just so much going on.
I'm not a big fan of skins. Y'all like skins?
I like skins. It gives
Wolfhammer,
everybody a
solid
chance.
play.
Wolfhammer's fun play.
Wolfhammer.
Yeah. Yeah, skins are okay. I think skins are better if it's like a group of 20 people or something like that. Like
bigger number.
your Saturday game that you play with or whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome to everybody out there. Glad you're here. Glad you're listening. And so we're going to, if you have any ideas for us, any YouTube content you want us to do on the golf course, let us know. Comment below. We'll do it. KJ, any update on the golf tournament that we're planning on doing? We can offline about that later. Offline? What? I'm not working anymore. Sorry.
I'm way behind the 8 ball on practicing and getting ready for that tournament. I don't think I've played my ball down all the way through.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of the 3 under
That shows
tournament.
you how prepared he is.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm thinking of the 3 under tournament because we're gonna have like a 3 under par.
I've got pricing. I've gotten pricing from the 3 golf clubs that I think we would like to do it at.
Okay.
Nate is still talking to company that he works with.
Yeah.
Trying to get them to get it passed through the company. Mm-hmm. Apparently, it's a corporate ladder you got to climb to get a golf tournament passed through your company.
Got to go through that red tape, homie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're still waiting on that, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Also, I guess kind of an announcement. We'll be at the match play this year.
Yes, we will.
Sup?
Wow. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do anymore. I'm on.
Yeah. Do we point to the camera, or for our listeners out there, we got a little bit of both going on right now. But yeah, we're gonna be at the match play. Quasi part of my bachelor party, so that's gonna be pretty fun. Yeah.
I'll try to be good.
Try to play some golf, try to do some match play. We can talk about this later too, but I'm thinking at least the amount of people that are going to be over there for their bachelor party, we can probably do like a break up to 3 foursomes. And I kind of want to do like a draft between us.
Gotcha.
and then have
How
like a
are
little
the
tournament.
golfers that are going? You said there's 12 guys, right?
It's about 12, 13, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Are all of them golfers?
Nope, but some are. And that's the thing about, T-Bone and I played at
we
Baylor
talked
together.
about
So
this. I get first round pick.
I think that's fair.
First overall.
We'll let T-Bone get the first round pick.
yeah, since KJ didn't go to Baylor, he doesn't know as many of the guys, maybe a handful. So maybe at a slight disadvantage. So maybe he should be the number one pick since he doesn't know all the people. But let's not tell him how like their skill level. He's got to go based off
So
the names.
I just gotta okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Anyway, so we can talk more about this later. Let's talk some AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Who won?
Nick Taylor.
Nick Taylor. Ended up coming out on top. The Canadian.
Yeah.
He's
I
won
didn't really-
before? I didn't know that. He won like 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
He had already won. I actually watched a little bit of about an hour ago. He was hitting nice high ropers on most of his shots, which I loved.
The weather got pretty dicey out there, right?
Yeah. I think it was blowing like 20, 25 mile an hour gusts, which that's big.
Ooh.
One of the first things we talked about when we did this podcast, no one cheers for the underdog. When Phil's even close to the lead.
Yep.
Who's going to be cheering for Nick Taylor?
So you got Nick Taylor
Nobody.
1, Kevin Streelman number 2.
Streelman
All
and what's his name? His amateur partner won it again this year. They're like only one of 4 teams to win it more than once.
Really?
Larry Fitzgerald. That was his partner.
What's the format for
The football player?
Yeah, football
Nice.
player. Yep.
He loves golf.
Pretty
He's
good
good.
little
Yeah, he's a
swing.
good golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The format, I guess it's best ball because I watched them playing their own ball the whole obviously.
Yeah, because they're having the amateur tournament going on while they're having the PGA Tour tournament. So a little bit
The
of both.
amateur tournament is handicapped though, so that's why you'll see them 5 net 4 things like that. So I mean, I think they were 36 under par. So pretty sure somebody was cheating the handicap system a little bit there.
Yeah, it's always fun seeing Bill Murray out there.
Yeah.
It's interesting, in my opinion. I think the AT&T Pro-Am has lost a little bit of its luster the last couple years, I'd say. Outside of Bill Murray, and you mentioned Macklemore.
Macklemore was looking prime.
It's
Honestly, like one of the uncoolest guys, more or less. But
yeah.
his outfits were money. He was looking sharp.
Tell us.
He had like he was
green-
topping him out there too, right? In terms of comment.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not much of a golfer,
But he
Macklemore.
had a green. You know my like cabbie hats that I wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that you guys love. He had a green one with one day he was wearing a pullover and it had greens and bunkers all over it with a matching green cabbie hat. And then the next day he was wearing a red Lacoste cardigan with, I think, plaid knickers and another
nice. So
red hat.
he went all out.
Yeah, he was looking money.
Good.
Good for him. Hey, look, if you're going to score high, you might as well look good while you're doing it, right?
I guess that look
That's
good,
what I
play
do.
good doesn't really go.
That's what I do.
Nice. Yeah, but like outside of those guys, okay, yeah, the Manning brothers too. Like there are a lot of celebrities out there, but not much that are going to make me want to turn on the TV. So that's what I mean. I think it's lost a little bit of its luster because if you know about the history of the tournament, Bing Crosby, avid golfer, great singer, that used to be his clam bake. That's what they called it, the Bing Crosby clam bake. And then the PGA Tour eventually took it over, and that's where it was at the Bing Crosby clam bake where the legendary The Match happened. Had that book that went down. Are y'all familiar with the book? You are, right, KJ?
Kind of.
You're giving me a blank stare right now. Just is that too much golf from the weekend and too much alcohol, or do you not know?
My
I
gosh,
don't know, man.
I'm definitely hurting from this weekend.
Yeah, it's all good. The match was 2 amateurs versus 2 professionals. Byron Nelson and Ben Hogan.
Okay, yeah.
Versus Ken Venturi and the last guy escapes my name. I'm gonna look this up. But yeah, anyway, AT&T Pro-Am. Besides, I would say outside of those 2 guys, and Harvey Ward. I didn't have to look it up. Harvey Ward was the other amateur. Outside of those 2 guys, pretty good leaderboard. Jason Day. It's good to see his name back in the mix. Phil. Mm-hmm. He won that last year, right?
I think so.
Do you think he can turn back the clock a little bit? You know, he's lost a few weights. Obviously, he's crushing the social media game right now. by trying to hit bombs, though, I think he's sacrificing a little bit of his short game and iron play, trying to get longer off the tee. But
his iron play was not very good. I watched him play the last few holes, and he missed every green pretty much.
On Saturday, he just chipped the ball on. Half of his birdies were just chip-ins.
Mm-hmm. He knows that course really well. He's played it so many times.
Yeah.
And it's not that long of a course, so also those greens are so tiny out there that if you just get remotely close to it, even if you can have a little chip, but I don't know. It's good to see him up there again. Do you see what he said about the U.S. Open, though? That he won't take a special exemption into the U.S. Open? So he's got to get back into the top 50 in the world, or else you're going to see Phil Mickelson going through sectional qualifying. Can you imagine going... Can you imagine seeing
that would be
Phil
unreal.
Mickelson's name at sectional qualifying? If you're like an amateur trying to make it up, or like a Preston Stanley or one of our buddies who are trying to climb the ropes of the PGA Tour, you see Phil Mickelson.
And you got to go out and beat Phil. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, gosh. It'll be awesome, but like pretty terrifying, I think. I don't know. Those guys are maybe a little mentally stronger than I am golf-wise. But just saying, I know. Really out there. But also, Gordon Spieth.
Gordon.
Mr. Spieth, Jordan Spieth, finished top 10. Big fan of Jordan. We all are. So maybe he found something. I don't know. I don't really have much else on the AT&T Pro-Am.
Well, just watching a few of them.
Yeah.
Phil is hitting bombs, but he was, missing a lot of iron shots.
Mm-hmm.
One person that really stood out in my mind how they were hitting the golf ball was Jason Day. His swing was better than I've ever seen it, and I don't think he missed many shots, but he missed, I think, 3-4 footers right around that range on Sunday.
Those Poanas are
not
going
to get it done. Not going to get it done.
Did anyone see Jason Day's putt? He had probably, I don't know, 2.5, 3 feet, and it lipped out and almost came back and hit him in the foot.
It hit him in the foot or almost hit him?
It would have if he didn't move. The putt came back.
That's a hard lip out.
It was the hardest horseshoe I've ever seen.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Return to sender.
Yep.
Love those.
So with the tournament, what did you not like it because, or you think it's losing some hype because of the celebrities or what? Are the golfers in it or what?
Well, I didn't really watch many. I didn't watch it at all this weekend, to be honest. Sorry. But I think that's very telling. I was available on Sunday, but I didn't tune into the golf tournament. There wasn't really much drawing me to the tournament. CBS, I was following it on Twitter, though. CBS was on blast for their coverage. Clint Eastwood always makes his annual appearance. Man, I showed you all the picture right before we came on air. He looked like he was on Mars.
Just
trying to
daydreaming.
Look, Clint Eastwood is probably like one of the most famous people in the world, too. He was actually mayor of Monterey. Did y'all know that?
Not knew that.
Monterey, the city. He was mayor of there. And apparently that's how he introduces himself to some people. Not like TV, movie star, celebrity, but as mayor of Monterey. Pretty much of a power move. But, I mean, it's Clint Eastwood, so you're not going to not have him on the broadcast, especially since he lives out there and whatnot. But there are a lot of people that live out there that are very wealthy and very well known. I think it's time to bring in some other people, all due respect to Mr. Eastwood, but what is he, like 92?
He's old. He's very thin, too.
Yes. And, CBS, they tend to be more on blast from golf Twitter for how less golf they show compared to other broadcast networks that are out there, like NBC. NBC shows a little bit more golf, but CBS, they'll show like the whales in the Pacific Ocean or some, we're showing you the FedEx Cup standing leads, and it's the first week of February. Nobody gives a damn about that right now because the FedEx isn't until September. So there's just a lot of qualms, especially the no laying up guys. They really have like put a red alert on and brought that to the attention. But I just didn't really watch much of it. Didn't really want to. But Riviera's next week. I'll probably tune in for that.
Yeah, we'll
yeah, Tiger's going to be back there.
Yep.
That just shows that, look, if Tiger was playing this weekend, I probably would have watched. Mm-hmm. That just shows the drawing power that Tiger Woods has. He's the man. He's the GOAT. How about you, T-Bone? Do you like that tournament or do you care?
No, I think it's cool. I'm trying to think if there were certain celebrities that...
Well, that's the thing, too. There weren't that many out there. And they keep showing Pebble Beach, which is great, but they also play some great courses as well. Part of that rotation is Spyglass.
Right.
What's the other one on rotation in there? Is it Poppy Hills?
It's
I don't think it's Spanish Bay.
no, it's not. It's a Monterey Peninsula or something like that.
Oh, Monterey Peninsula Country Club.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we haven't played out there.
No,
I've played Spyglass. So have you. Mm-hmm. Spanish Bay is one of your favorite courses.
Very true. I love that course.
Yeah, Pebble Beach is very infamous, especially those Ocean View courses. I like Spyglass more than Pebble, personally, playing them out there. But, I don't know. I didn't really care for it this week. It was fine. It was okay.
I think Tiger was the big deal. Tiger plays, everybody's watching. But
Yes.
I like seeing celebrities. It takes that kind of, strict tournament kind of feeling to every PGA Tour tournament and kind of turns it, a little more fun.
And I'm sure it's a lot more fun out on the ground, seeing those celebrities,
Right.
seeing like a Bill Belichick out there who hasn't probably touched a club since he played in that tournament the year before.
Right.
Football or bust, that's what his mentality. But, I don't know. It just didn't.
I don't know if I should put this out there since we're live and not editing anymore.
I can edit, but I'm trying not to.
What if for next year they started putting out some very controversial celebrities out there? Like you get O.J. Simpson out there. He is a golfer.
Yeah?
If O.J. Simpson tees it up, you're gonna have the most viewership you've had ever in the AT&T
They just
Pro-Am.
Play him in slow motion, putting on the glove.
He's a featured group on Sunday.
Do you think you would get a
funny.
glove sponsorship
I
from
mean,
one of the
God.
guys?
Talk about opportunity being OJ's glove company. Whoa.
I don't
Yes.
know if we should be putting this out there.
There's this commercial. I promise you it'll fit.
Oh my God. I thought about bringing this out there, but KJ just took it to the next level. But here we are. This is
Promise you
raw.
will.
This
This is happening. It's already out there.
Oh my goodness. I think this is a fantastic idea. Look, controversy is good for business. So we'll get people to tune in. And OJ coming in on the first tee here. Who else would be controversial that you can have? I'm surprised I guess there are too many people out there, like a President Bush. He's a big golf guy.
Yeah.
But like you can't keep the president secure out
Yeah.
there with that many people. So
I mean, they had some Astros out there. You might as well just get AJ Hinch out there too. See if
Yeah.
he gets heckled a little bit.
yeah, he's got some free time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Whoops, we're not talking Astros. Why do they keep coming up?
Yeah. I know, we keep talking about him.
Scap,
It's
what are
part
you
of the
doing,
it's
man?
part of the healing process.
Yeah.
It's been tough, man. It's been tough to be an Astros fan. I think pitchers and catchers report this week.
Yeah,
but
this
we're
is
a golf
podcast.
golf
Yeah.
podcast. Stay on topic. So yeah, I don't know any other celebrities that catch your mind. I think they're missing out on guys like Justin Timberlake. I think that's where I'm trying to get at. Justin
Not
Timberlake.
AJ Simpson? Anyway, he's played it before.
Are there any other convicted criminals that?
He wasn't convicted.
No, he was convicted for something else though. It was the sports memorabilia thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they got him for that and not. Look, I don't want to talk about OJ too much longer. This is really getting off the rails. Let's come back here. Speaking of Pebble Beach, last year was the U.S. Open, USGA. The USGA report came out this week. What y'all think? I kind of looked into it, read it a little bit. It's been a busy couple of weeks for work. This week is going to be even busier. But, yeah, what y'all think about the USGA distance report? Anything shocking or revealing in y'all's opinion?
I didn't even look at it.
I'm not a golf nerd, so I don't really look at this stuff. But the few things that I saw were basically
T-Bone, you're the best, man.
I don't
You're the
think-
best.
I don't think anyone likes it because I saw two people comment on it, and it was DJ and Luke Donald. So you have both ends of the spectrum with as far as
kidding.
distance, and they were both
Scoot more into the shot, KJ.
this is.
There you go.
DJ was golf's already hard enough. This is my strength, blah, blah, blah. And then Luke Donald kind of said the same thing. He was like, the guys who hit it far, that's their strength.
Yeah.
What was the
That's-
overall?
I don't
gist of
think
it?
anyone likes it really, but at the same time, I think it's kind of necessary. I don't know.
Okay, so the USGA has been doing their report for like 2 years of figuring out it's like a distance report, because that's been a hot topic, is the advancement of technology, the golf ball, how far people are hitting it these days. Essentially, what's the cause of it? Some people say it's better athletes are playing golf, the whole working out fad that's been going on, technology that's going on. It's a probably combination of all of it. But the USGA essentially came out with this report saying that, yes, technology is playing a factor in people hitting the ball so far. My initial thoughts were water is wet. Does the bear shit in the woods? Like, no kidding, huh?
Yep.
Technology is playing a factor like this. You're telling me that a wound golf ball doesn't go as far as a solid core golf ball does with the Pro V1? Like, no shit, Sherlock.
Yeah.
And then it's like the NFL finally admitting that like CTE is a problem. It's like, yes, like we all know this. Yes, technology is helping people hit the golf ball further. So now the question is, what are we going to do about it? There's been a lot been going on saying that maybe professionals might have to start playing with different equipment than amateurs, similar to how amateur baseball players use metal bats and how professional baseball players use wooden bats. They'll probably institute something like that. Or do they just say, F it, no chance, we need to dial everything back? You know, like how they put the driver head has to be 460cc?
Right.
Put even more limits on technology, whatnot. But then again, you got the manufacturers that are saying, hey, you've never put limitations on us now, but now you're going to do this, but we have all this inventory and equipment that's out there. Chicks dig the long ball, though, right, T-Bone?
Can't take the long ball out of golf.
So but then again, it's like all these golf courses are being built to accommodate all this technology advances that are making old golf courses obsolete. I don't really know what to do here. Golf's in a weird place with the whole distance control, because the cat's out of the bag. You can't put the toothpaste back in the bottle with the technology and the difference. I don't know what you do about that. Like, St. Andrews is almost irrelevant now for the professionals. For the amateurs, you know what? This technology helps the average amateur player. So whatever helps you play better and have more fun on the golf course, I'm all for. It's the top 1% of amateurs. It's the top 1% of amateurs and the professionals that this is really going to affect the most, because you're growing up playing junior and high school and college golf with certain types of equipment, and then all of a sudden you got to tell them, oh, nope.
Yep.
You got to play with something different. Sorry, Justin Thomas, you can't use that driver anymore, so then he doesn't hit the ball near as far. He's a little guy. Maybe that does play a factor. I mean, obviously he's really in shape and takes care of himself, but shorter hitters like Jordan Spieth and Luke Donald, those are the kind of guys it's going to affect the most, not your Ricky Fowlers, Rory McIlroys, DJs, Brookses. So I don't know. I just kind of went on a little rant right there, but
yeah,
I guess congrats to the USGA for recognizing it. But that's like, I don't even know. I don't even know what that's like. It's like, oh, hey, look, there's a plant. It's green.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean, it is. I mean, better athletes. I mean, it used to be back in the day, it was just, the fat kid that couldn't play basketball or baseball or football would play golf.
Play golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is better athletes, but technology is the big deal. How you regulate that is the hard part. It's not
Definitely.
that it's an issue. It is, technology, but there's no black and white there. There's so much gray area with regulating it that's going to be the tough part.
There's no question that the USGA was asleep at the wheel, though, while all this was going on. What's that story that Max likes to always tell about the Pro V1 and Ben Crenshaw? You know what I'm talking about? I think it's something along the lines of...
It's a state tournament, and it was, I think the lowest scoring record was...
I think Ben Crenshaw held the 36-hole state scoring record in high school state of Texas for like 30 40 years.
Yeah, something like that.
That's when the Pro V1 came out?
And then when the Pro V1 came out, like 10 guys broke it in 1 year. Look, it's the solid golf ball.
Yep.
And that's probably that Pro V1 365 or whatever it was.
Because it was the Bellata golf ball right before that, right?
Yep.
Didn't Tiger win his first Masters with the Bellata?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It wasn't too long after that, though, in like 2000, 2001, where the Pro V1 came out. Look, there's no doubt that technology has played a big factor in golf. Look at the changes that have happened at Augusta National. I think that's like a good barometer of an old Alistair McKenzie type golf course that Tiger was an athlete probably ahead of his time. I'll throw in Jack and Arnie in there of their eras as well. But they essentially had to tiger-proof the golf course. But now everybody is hitting it where Tiger used to hit it. And they've still, think about number 11. They've made that hole 505 yards. That's not how Alistair McKenzie designed that golf hole. And now the hot topic is 13. What are you going to do on 13 at the Masters? That par 5? Amen corner?
Yeah.
Do you remember when Bubba Watson hit that drive? He was sitting 140 out.
Yeah.
Or 150, whatever
Unreal.
it was. Like, he took it over everything. Now, what Augusta National does next, I think they're waiting for the governing bodies to do this or to determine if they're going to put limitations on it. If not, then if they just say, F it, let it ride, see how far you can get. I don't know how much further, like, the guys can hit the golf ball. I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, how fast can a sprinter go? Yeah, people are always trying to get faster, but there's got to be some sort of, like, limitations of human ability.
Yeah,
don't know.
it's just it's hard when, growing up, if we had a 450-yard par 4, that was deep. That was a big
freaking
hole.
out.
Yeah.
Growing up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's still.
I still freaked out a
deep.
little bit, man.
But you look at guys like DJ. What's he hitting on a 450-yard par 4?
He's probably hitting 9-iron in.
Driver pitching wedge, probably.
Yeah. Even for us, 450, obviously depends on the wind, but if there's no wind, I don't know, probably hitting driver 7-iron. 8 if you crush it, or 6 if you don't hit it well, but that's still a mid-iron.
Yeah. You don't see a lot of those par 4s
Not
out there
too long
today.
ago, I was hitting hybrid into those holes.
We remember those days.
Hey, I still beat you, though.
On better lines than my 9-irons.
Yeah, hey, I'm getting longer.
Oh, my gosh. You bombed it Saturday. You were bombing it.
Yeah, I was hitting it really good.
I specifically remember 2 shots that I hit over 300 yards, and one of them you had me by like 30 yards.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Don't at me. No, that was fun. It's just interesting. What the USGA, so pretty much the report was, hey, this is what we found. Okay, great. Water's wet. Is the Pope Catholic? Like, yeah, of course. So what are they going to do about it next? I don't know. Them and the RNA. I don't know what they're going to do.
That's the hard part.
I don't even know, like, what I would recommend. At least from, like, okay, we're not close to professional golfers. I would say we're probably high-level amateur players, though. Not like USAM and stuff like that, but, good. We're definitely better than the average players. So, like, somebody like us, if let's say they make tour clubs and balls, would you want to even play with those, or would you want to stay with the equipment that you have right now?
No.
Be like, let me tip it up to 7,200 and see if I can play with the pros. That doesn't really interest
Sounds
me.
terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible.
I'm good.
That's all you got?
I'm pretty sure we knew where you stood on that side of the fence anyways.
Yeah.
What if the golf manufacturers come out with something else? Do you think you could beat me and KJ?
If we had
do
to
you
use
if we had to use the new dialed back equipment and T-Bone got to keep his regular stuff, T-Bone, do you think you could beat us?
It depends on, I don't know. That depends. I'll say yeah, sure. Just make it interesting.
They can't handicap the clubs that much. We're going to see the guys on tour shooting even par, winning tournaments then.
How many shots do you think we would give you still?
I've told you the difference. I can shoot 70 to 89. Depends on the day.
You'd be somebody really, really hard to like give you a certain amount of strokes.
Yeah.
Because I feel like very easily I could probably like beat you by 10 with strokes, and then you could have just smoked me if I gave you 10 strokes.
Yeah. Really depends on the day.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, USGA report. We'll see what happens. Only time will tell. I don't know what I would recommend to. If I was commissioner for the day, I don't know what I would do in this. But, oh well, let's move on to... Man, there's something else I wanted to talk about. Is there? What was it? Oh, no, my show map in front of me. / I didn't really make a show map for this episode. Oh, golf gossip. Or worth noting that the PGA Tour, the LPGA Tour, is no longer going to... They're canceling their Asian Tour swing, because of coronavirus.
Interesting.
How about that? My boss was in San Francisco over the weekend, and he said that there were a lot of people with masks on.
Oh, I'm so happy you brought this up. I wanted to take a picture of this so damn bad. I was playing at Houston National yesterday. There was a dude with the face mask on, and he was carrying 2 draft beers. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, I don't know. It was the funniest scene I've ever seen. It was incredible.
Man, that's wild. How do you do that?
And he was in his golf outfit. He's
great.
like going out to the cart, beers in hand, double fisting, and he's got a fucking face mask on. It was awesome.
That's pretty outrageous. Man, good for him. All right, KJ, let's do some personal golf here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in so far. So, KJ, tell us about New Zealand. How did New Zealand even come about? Because that's pretty a wild story in and of itself.
Unreal. Okay.
Take it away.
So I'm playing a golf club at Houston. I guess it was probably about a year ago with a buddy of ours called Dumpy. We just got paired with these 2 people. It was a completely full tee sheet. And these 2 joined us because that was the only place for them to go. And the golf skill level of the other 2 individuals there was a very big gap between us and Dumpy. Like, we'd hit a shot,
Okay.
and then we'd slam a full beer before they got up to before we got to hit our next shot.
So rough.
It was, we were hammered. Sounds like a common theme with my rounds of golf. But anyways, this guy, I was helping him out because he set up with his feet, like, behind each other. Like Bryony Baird used to putt. He would set up with his feet like that.
Yep.
So I was helping him out, and, he started hitting the ball better. And we just got to talking, and we started talking about hunting. I told him my dream hunt is a red stag in New Zealand. He goes, you want to go to New Zealand? I didn't even know if he was from New Zealand at this point.
Okay.
This guy invited me over to New Zealand. He paid for me and Dumpy's round trip flight. Okay?
I didn't realize he paid for the flight. I thought you just had to get down there.
For both of our round trip flights.
Wow.
He put us up in a very nice hotel in Wellington, which is one of the towns we stayed in. And then at his vacation home in Queenstown, overlooking the lake, like right on Jack's Point. Unreal. We get there, like, the hospitality was unbelievable. He took us out to nice dinners, had a few steaks. He even paid for our rounds of golf once we got, to the South Island. But it was just, we get to Wellington, get to the hotel, and there's a guy in a black SUV and goes, Mr. Johnson? It's like, we had a driver down there. It was unreal. The golf, absolutely unreal as well. Like, every course over there is like a links style type course, but it's very, very hilly as far as up and down. You can have some that the yardage changed 20, 30 yards because of the slope, like big time. Windy most days. Got to play Kari Cliffs, which is just north of Auckland, where we flew in. And we stayed there one night, and then we drove down to Lake Taupo, which is kind of in the middle of the North Island. Played some more golf there. We actually played a Jack Nicklaus course. The greens were so tough. Like, you already know my woes with putting already.
No.
Last time I had as many putts
woes.
as I had there. The greens were only at 10 or 10.5, and I asked the guy, these are one of the slower greens that we played on this trip. He goes, if we made them any faster, the greens would be illegal. Because there's so much slope and so much, it's just unreal. I had 41 putts. Last time I did that, I tomahawked a putter into a pond about 80 yards, got a lot on it, and then got suspended in college. So it was rough, but we played. We played in Lake Taupo, and then we drove over to Hawke's Bay, which is where Cape Kidnappers is.
Okay.
Best golf course I've ever played, hands down. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That's a sister course of Kari Cliffs. The same people, the Robertsons, own both of those courses. Very, very nice courses. Then we drove down to Wellington, played one round there, and then we caught a flight to Queenstown, which is in the South Island, and that town is just unreal. It looks fake. It looks fake. On the hill, overlooking the lake. The lake is downtown. Downtown goes around it. And his house, of course, was on the golf course, overlooking the lake. So I actually dove in the lake. It was 50, 55 degrees. It was pretty cold.
Nice.
But it was just unreal golf trip. I think we played 10 or 11 rounds of golf.
What was the low round?
I think I shot 70 once.
Okay. What was the high round?
For me, it was 78.
Okay, that's pretty consistent.
Dumpy had some rough ones. Had some real rough ones.
Based off the videos that you were sending us, at least, the one, first off, we got to get you logged back into the Instagram. That's in and of itself, because KJ
I have
was
some cool
sending
slow-mo videos.
He was sending the videos to me and Scaff, and then one of us would post it on the Instagram. Hilarious.
Yeah, I have way more than I sent y'all, so we'll get some of those photos and videos up.
Yeah, I'll probably put together a recap video. What was your favorite course that you played?
Cape Kidnappers.
Cape Kidnappers.
I'll tell you, we played a lot of good golf courses, like very high-end, nice golf courses. He was actually able to get us into a couple that I don't think we could have gotten on. Millbrook was nice. That was the only golf course over there that looked like it could be in the States. Every other one, just unreal.
That's so cool.
It had most of the golf courses over there, you get kind of it's like a Monterey Bay type feel, but it's so up and down as far as the undulation on the golf course. Seriously, like 20, 30 yard different shots sometimes.
I still don't get this story.
Yeah. So anyways, he just invited me over. I've met this guy one time,
and he, just a quick side note, I've played a decent amount of drunk golf rounds with you, and I like you, but you're not.
Yeah, no, this was unreal.
You're not I don't know. I wouldn't invite you to New Zealand.
I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'll tell you that. You usually love me or hate me on the golf course, but yeah. So what it ended up being is I went over there and taught 3 of his managers how to play golf. Pretty much, they didn't have any, golf. I mean, not
Zero
even
golf
how to
experience.
hold a golf club or anything
Yikes.
like that. One guy didn't know if he was right-handed or left-handed.
Ooh, I don't like that question. I've gotten that a few times. It's like, how do you swing a baseball bat? They're like, I've never swung a baseball bat. Well, shit, like I don't know what to.
Yeah,
pick one.
Yeah, pick
but
one.
it actually went well. Saw a lot of progress, especially with one of the guys. So it was good. Mr. Baker was nailing him right down the fairway. His tee game was night and day difference from when I saw him the first time, which is good. I mean, that's, I think, what kind of got us to New Zealand is, me giving him lessons. But it was just first class everything.
And props to y'all for actually following through.
Yeah.
And going.
That's what he said. He's like, most people wouldn't, take this opportunity. They'd just be like, no, it's across the world. I don't know this guy. And no.
I can't take time off of work. I can't do this, that, and the other. A lot of
it all just worked out
but
timing-wise because I was changing over jobs. So I actually had all of January off.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, it worked out really well.
And props to Dumpy for actually going, too. I remember we were playing golf, and he was like, dude, should I actually go? And I was like, man, this sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of trip. KJ's going with you. Like, KJ needs an eye on him. Go keep an eye on KJ.
I think if Nate would have played that round of golf with me at Golf Club of Houston and it would have been me and Nate in New Zealand, I probably wouldn't be here right now. We would have probably not made it back. It was awesome. But yeah,
amazing.
having Dumpy being one of our more tame friends every now and then, he can let loose though. The first 5 days was basically a boys' trip. We hadn't met up with Mr. Baker yet, so it was just us rolling around, drinking way too much alcohol and hitting way too many golf shots.
Yeah. I'd say Dumpy's tame, but dude, when you let him off the leash, like,
oh man,
like this weekend, woo, man, Dumpy, shout out to Dumpy out there, Dumpy, man. One of the few videos that I got over the weekend, because I was thinking about doing like an intro. Hey, here's we played with Justin Ryan and then Dumpy. I was gonna get him with the wedge shot. Sure enough, the next hole we have a wedge shot, and he just
dumps the shit out of it.
I was like, yes, could not have worked out any better.
Oh man.
Winning.
And that's why we call him Dumpy.
That's why we call him Dumpy. That's why we love Dumpy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dumpy again. What a guy.
Yeah, it was a fun trip though. Like, there's no way I think any golf trip's gonna top what I just did over there. Like, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, like we're at the beginning of the year, we were kind of talking about, hey, should we take a trip up to like East Texas or the Dallas to go for a trip? That's gonna seem like nothing compared to a freaking trip to New
Mr.
Zealand.
Baker definitely just ruined golf trips for me. Like, it's gonna be very, very hard to even hold a candle to that last one.
You're gonna have to go to like abandoned dunes.
Yep.
Or Cabot Cliffs up in Canada. I've heard Cabot is amazing.
I think next golf trip is Straits.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know who you should call for that? Our friend Art Strickland.
Oh, yeah.
He's been on the pod.
Yeah.
He's got a trip lined up actually out there at theartofgolftravel.com. Everybody tune in for that. Art Strickland.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. He's doing like a Ryder Cup preview, and he's taking some people out to Whistling Straits.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Get in on that.
Ryder Cup is this year. How about that?
I love Ryder Cup years.
Man, we gotta do like a dedicated episode, just Ryder Cup. Dive deep into like the history of it.
Get it
How
done.
it was almost like eradicated, and then it was really once they opened up to all of Europe, right? It was like Seve Ballesteros once he started playing, it got competitive, and now we kind of suck at the
Now it's
Ryder
not
Cup.
competitive.
Now it's not
again.
really.
Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
competitive. Advantage Europe.
We have drunken fights and Patrick Reed and all the other stuff going on.
Man.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's fun, man. Glad you had a good time. Glad you made it back.
was
Made it back
awesome.
safely and all in one piece.
Yep. Didn't get coronavirus.
Would you go back?
What?
Would you go back?
Oh, I'm dying in Queenstown. That's the most beautiful town on the planet, dude. It literally looks fake. It looks fake.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just unbelievable.
If you go back and listen to one of our episodes, Campbell Ross, who we were at a wedding last weekend. And he was out there. Shout out to Campbell. He raves about New Zealand golf as well. So T-Bone, sounds like we got to get down there, man.
Think so. I would like to have it all paid for and everything.
Well, it wasn't all
Yes.
paid for. I had to pay for the Wellington to Queenstown and then, all of our hotels until we got there, like the first 5 days. And then everything else was Mr. Baker.
That sounds
killing
like a
it.
bargain trip, though.
Oh, dude.
You were there for like 2 weeks.
I probably saved like $3,000. Just our flights were $1,700.
Yeah.
I probably saved like $3,000.
Wow.
It was awesome.
That's amazing.
It was
good for you.
phenomenal.
Shout out to Mr. Baker then.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Is there anybody you want to say thank you to on the
Yeah, Mr.
episode?
Baker, Ben Lau, who was a guy driving us around. You guys are awesome.
If Mr. Baker would like to sponsor the podcast,
Hey,
maybe.
send
You
300
wanna
par
sponsor
down
the
to New
pod?
Zealand? That sounds fun.
yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. We'll have to send them the episode. I'll send you the link and you can forward it their way.
Gotcha.
Good stuff. Well, fellas, is there anything else that y'all like to add? That's all I got.
Yeah. that's it.
Next week is Riviera.
We'll have more golf next week.
Good tournament.
We're gonna get to see
I
Tiger.
just brainstormed a little more about celebrities to add.
Yeah.
You put Donald Trump, Vladimir
Oh my
Putin,
gosh.
Kim Jong-un, see if he's really capable of hitting those 11 hole-in-ones. We're going to get some viewers. Just spitballing
That would
here.
be a show. Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm trying to, okay, other celebrities to play. I mean, most athletes are there any musicians? Like, okay, it would be cool to see like a Steph Curry out there,
Yep.
but he's in season
Larry
right
the Cable
now.
Guy.
Larry the Cable, he's been out
he's
there
done some
before.
Yeah.
Jake Owen, I
Yep.
think I'd like to see Jake Owen.
Did he not play?
Not to my knowledge.
I didn't see him.
I don't know either. Yeah, it's tough with those basketball guys. Even like a J.R. Smith, dude. J.R. Smith's got a good swing. Well, he's not really in season. Nobody's picked him up. Still available as free agent. Yeah. Well,
Do you know who's a great golfer?
who's that?
Darren Williams.
Fucking low blow T-Bone.
He'd be good to be out.
Oh shit.
Zinger.
What are you doing? What are you doing out here?
Hey, I mean, if you're going to keep throwing out these, would you beat me and KJ with the, I'm going to have it in the back pocket, ready to go.
T-Bone, I'd like to see you qualify for one of those tournaments. S my D on that one.
Whoa.
Goodness gracious.
Gonna have to in this
Censor
episode
that
before
one.
it gets bloody.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you...
That was too good. That was too good. I had you.
I thought you were going to say like
Reel
a
him
John
in.
Smoltz or Mark Mulder
No.
or I guess Ray Romano was out there
Yeah.
playing. That's pretty cool because he was in The Irishman most recently. It's just a lot of those players don't seem as relevant. Like a Darren Williams, not really relevant. Hence, he can work on his golf game a lot, dickhead.
All right,
You're the
kids.
worst. Go qualify for one of those tournaments and then talk to me.
We'll
I had to
see.
shoot 74 and I was an alternate.
We know you're good. It's just funny.
Thanks, T-Bone. God bless you and sick 'em Bears. Baylor's still number 1 in the country. You know that? Men's basketball?
Yeah, big game tonight.
Boom. Who we got?
UT.
Oh, we'll beat them. It's not a big game. We'll beat
Yeah.
them. I really hope that ages well with this podcast. Okay, well, that wraps it up. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Again, follow us on social media at 3 Under Par Pod to stay up to date with all of our tweets, Instagram stories, anytime we play golf or anytime we post some funny content. KJ, that video of you slipping.
Oh, yeah. Slipper Magoo.
You like that, Slipper Magoo?
That was a good one.
Do you like my caption on that?
Yeah. God, I bombed that one too. Just
bombed it 30 yards short of me. So,
yeah, I did. I hit that ball over 300 yards. Just because you bombed it doesn't mean I didn't bomb it.
Yeah, it took your money. That was a good weekend,
that's the
man.
first time ever in my life do I remember thinking, shit, T-Bone might have some competition with bombs here. Because T-Bone does bomb
Would
the
you
ball,
care to add?
but he hits it everywhere.
Would you care to add, T-Bone? Would you care to add?
No.
No, get out of here. I'm done with you right now, you jerk. Okay, follow us. You know the drill. Subscribe, rate, and review. Give us a 5 stars. Write that review on Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of our content. Click that subscribe button. If you like it, like the video. Comment below on who do you think is going to win the Genesis Open this week. If you have to do a quick predictions, who you got? Didn't JB Holmes win last year?
Day.
That's when all that jazz was going on with JB Holmes.
Jason Day is going to win.
Jason Day? Who you got?
Is Fred Couples still playing this event?
Fred Couples. Actually, Tigers.
Bless your heart, T-Bone.
So Tigers paired with Steve Stricker this week. I didn't think Steve Stricker would still be playing. Woods is grouped with Justin Thomas and Steve Stricker. To start off, this is like the one tournament that Tiger has never won out of all of his years of playing, and he's the host of the tournament. I think this is the first year it's an invitational now. It's not like a general PGA Tour tournament. So it's the Tiger Woods Genesis Open. I think I will take Rory McIlroy for this one. This is a very hard golf course. This is like one of the tougher golf courses on the PGA Tour. It's going to take some really good ball striking. Justin Thomas had that awesome shank last year because they had some daylight problems. So I think he started on there, and it was on the first hole of the day the next week, and nobody was on the course, and Shanker Magoo off the face of the planet, kind of like Rahm at the Masters.
Yep.
It's phenomenal. Thanks everybody again for tuning in. Scott, T-Bone, KJ, stay tuned for next week, and remember,
Little white balls life.